Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Matt. What's up, everybody? I'm Steve.
I'm Matt.
And we're here to talk about the best new headphone, DAC, amp, digital audio player, etc. releases of 2023. There's a lot of videos and articles out there that say best headphones of 2023 that are actually talking about the best headphones on the market today. And there's lots of headphones on those lists that are like 5 years old. I wouldn't have written a list like that. I know nothing about those sort of lists. But so what we want to focus on today are actual new releases from 2023 that we loved.
Yeah, there's a handful of products we've listened to this year at shows, can jams, for roughly about like 5-6 minutes at the table that we're not going to include in this list, though they are great products. We're really just going to be focusing on stuff we've got extensive time listening with in the office, and yeah.
'23 was a bit of a slow year for headphones. Now, there were some notable items, like Hi-Fi Man did a lineup refresh, the new Aria, Ananda, HE1000, and some stuff like that, which was definitely notable. But my personal pick for the best headphone of 2023 is the Meze Empyrean 2. Felt like it took just about everything we loved about the original Empyrean and improved upon it. More detail, better resolution, balanced out some of the bass and the lower mid-range, so it was cleaner, better detail, just kind of all around improvement on the original Empyrean. And great headphone that kept all the same stuff we loved, the build, construction, fit, and all of that. What about you, Matt?
I'm going Dan Clark E3. I think I just as easily could have gone Empyrean 2, but I feel like we've really needed a closeback that kind of hits in between flagship and not flagship level, and I feel like E3 did that. It has amazing comfort. The tuning is extremely well balanced. It's really, really just, in my ears, like just perfect for what it's looking to accomplish. So I just think all around it's fantastic, and it's a real competitor that hits probably even above its price point.
Closed-back planar magnetics are really tough, and this is one of the best out there, and especially considering that $2,000 price point, for sure. One other headphone I want to throw in there that maybe in the strictly audiophile world didn't get as much love, but I think probably one of the bigger impact headphones of 2023 was the Audeze Maxwell. Now you have the Maxwell, right?
I do,
yeah.
Yeah, I love that thing. I use it every single time I play games. I think its imaging and soundstage is just incredible, easily the best I've heard in a gaming headset, and honestly, music listening I enjoy too. Like it sounds great all around. I think the presets for the EQ is fantastic. So I think all around, I mean, at $300, it's pretty incredible the performance you get.
Yeah, I've only heard it for music, so I haven't had a chance to take it home for gaming or anything, but yeah, the sound quality, everything else for $300 in a wireless is off the charts.
Yeah, the connectivity too. I mean, you throw in the dongle in your PlayStation, you're good to go there, but just connecting to your phone and pairing, it's incredible, man. It's a fantastic headset.
Next thing we want to talk about are IEMs, which had a little bit of a more exciting year than headphones. Seems like the past few years we're having some kind of a IEM renaissance. Just a lot of new innovation, new driver combinations, some with ridiculously high driver counts, but it seems like different manufacturers are really dialing in some really great stuff with IEMs in terms of sound, performance, comfort, all that stuff. There were a couple standouts this year though, for sure, that we wanted to hit. Probably the number one, and this is again in terms of both being a great product and in terms of impact, I think, is the Monarch Mark III.
Yeah.
It hit this summer and just was a huge hit.
Yeah.
Sounds great. I personally think it improved upon the original. It fixed a couple of things I didn't love in the imaging. Felt more three-dimensional to me and hit a little harder in the bass. Just a really great IEM.
Yeah, and we easily could have seen this come at a different price point than $999. From the hype of the MK2, we easily could have seen a price increase. Stays at the same price. All the faceplate options are awesome. It sounds fantastic. I've said a number of times you could lock me on an island away with the MK3, and I feel like I wouldn't be missing out on too much. But you know, it's truly incredible, you know, what the audio is able to do. So I think it's definitely a proper, you know, rendition of the Monarch MK2 for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So Matt, what's one of your picks for IEMs?
I obviously, you know, MK3 from, you know, the audio, but I will go with Velour. I think just all around, I love 64 audio. I love what they're able to do, and I think Velour just took everything I loved about the U12T and the Neo and just really improved upon such a great, strong foundation that they built with those two IEMs. And I just think Velour. I was just playing with the modules the other day, and it's awesome what that thing's able to do. And I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if you look at compared to Monarch MK3, there are some similarities in the sound, but Velour just clearly blows it away. I feel like in the technical capabilities and in some of those aspects of the tuning where Monarch MK3 can be a little bit bloated, Velour comes in super clean. Just really incredible all-around IEM.
Yeah, for sure.
The other one I want to call out is, I think it was a bit of a surprise for me, and that's the Fur Audio Electron 12. That was a single dynamic driver IEM that I loved Fur's previous efforts, like the Radon 6 and the Xenon 6, but I wasn't sure about Electron 12 when I heard the prototypes. When I got the final version though, I think it may be my favorite single dynamic driver ever at this point. Great balance between the energy, the natural feeling, impact, and the resolution and detail as well. Just kind of all around.
Yeah, what Fur was able to do with E12 was pretty remarkable, because I think I was in your boat as well. When I first heard it, I was like, yeah, this is good. I don't know what the price point's going to be. IE900, even IE600 are still fantastic, you know, single DD IEMs. You know, it's got tough competition, but E12 really knocked it out of the park, and I think the more I listen to it, the more it's becoming one of my favorite Fur offerings. Still, obviously, you know, Radon 6 is just fantastic, but it's pretty incredible that E12 at almost half the cost is still competing there with the Radon 6. So definitely Fur knocked it out of the park there.
Yeah, absolutely. So next up, we're going to talk about digital audio players. This video is going to be a little cheesy. That's all right. So it's funny, I feel like the picks for digital audio players this year that really stood out all around, there were a couple other notable releases like the Con Ultra. I feel like that got weighed down by some issues, and the two picks are kind of in direct competition with each other. And that's like the SE300 from Astel & Kern and the Cayenne N7.
I both DAPs are incredible. I've gotten, you know, a good amount of time with both, and I feel like I do kind of tend to go more towards Astel & Kern for their overall UI and just kind of usability experience. I just feel like it's a little bit more tailored to my preferences.
I think now that since the SP3002, it doesn't feel like you're losing anything as a player with their more walled-off approach.
Yeah, I just think SE300 is just kind of that perfect combination of excellent sound and really great usability. I just feel like it bridged the gap for a lot of Astel & Kern players, and I think SE300 was just awesome.
Yeah, on the other side, the N7 is, to me, probably the best all-around Android-based digital audio player I've used. Great performance, great design. The build quality is not quite Astel & Kern level, but it's pretty close at this point. And again, the convenience has the Google Play Store pre-installed on there. All that stuff just made for a really smooth experience. Log into your account, download all your stuff. It's all linked up. And then it has, both of them also use like unique DACs, the SE300s and R2R. And I don't entirely understand the N7. I got to read up on the whole like 1-bit DSD DAC that it uses.
That's over my
head. It's a little bit like, like I'm trying to keep up here, but I'm gonna call up Rob Watts. He'll explain it to me. But we also want to talk a little bit about some audio components that hit, that one of which really impressed me, and that was the Eversolo DMP A6. few months ago, one of our brand reps drops off this box or whatever. It's a Eversolo DMP A6. I have no clue who Eversolo is. I take it out of the box. I'm like, is this a DAC? What's going on here? It collects dust for a few weeks, and I finally hook it up. It's a DAC streamer, all-in-one device, and I'm like, hey, this is really easy to set up, big screen.
Yep.
It uses Android base, so that you can install the apps on there. I hook it up really fast, Spotify Connect, Qobuz, whatever, AirPlay streaming. I'm like, hey, this thing's like great. How much does this cost? It's gotta be like $2,000. And I'm like, no, it's $800. And compared to the other stuff I've used in that bracket, I was just blown away by the ease of use, the sound quality, the streaming integrity, all that stuff. Even when we're kind of rough on it, we'll do stuff like each of us connects to it and try to like play songs. It holds up really well to some complicated situations. I was just really surprised, the performance, the price, the whole deal. Then the other one we wanted to call out was the Weiss DAC
204.
204, yeah, the 204.
Yeah.
Which, did you get to check that out at CanJam?
Yeah, I listened to it a little bit at CanJam. I probably don't have enough impressions to really give a full, thought-out, detailed response, but from what I've heard of it, it rules. Like, it sounds incredible.
Yeah, it kind of comes in, I feel like the Weiss 502, yeah, sort of comes in as an alternative to the Chord Dave, where Dave is more analytical, Weiss is a little bit more, trying to be a little more analog, I guess.
Yep.
And it feels the same way with like the Chord Cutest. It's in that same price range, similar size and form factor, but it gives you all the detail, all the spatial information, but it just feels a little bit more natural and not warm, but I guess just generally more natural and weighty than the Chord sound.
Yeah.
So it's a really good alternative in that range. It was also a huge hit. We couldn't get them for the longest time. We got our demo and we had to get rid of it because we too much demand to even keep a demo in stock to listen to it. So I guess on that account, 204 did really well for Weiss.
Yeah.
So we did want to do a shout out as we're wrapping up to, felt like we couldn't really include all the limited edition stuff that came out this year because we're hoping, if you're watching this in the end of 2023 or the beginning of 2024, we wanted this to be things you could actually buy or listen to somewhere. So, stuff, the Fur Audio Radon 6, they're running out of those. Visioneer's Aura, that was one of your favorites, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I really liked Aura. I thought it's easily my favorite Acetone Current collab. I wasn't huge on Pathfinder. I liked Odyssey, but I feel like Aura is finally that step where I'm just like, man, we're there with this Acetone Current, collab. I thought it was fantastic sound.
I think Aura might have been top couple of the year if it wasn't limited edition.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Just in general. Then we had some DAPs like the Ibasso DX320 Max Ti and that Cayenne N30 LE, which apparently people raved about. I didn't actually get to listen to it, but I just want to call it out because it looks incredible.
Yeah.
And every person I've talked to loved it. So obviously, there's always great stuff like that. Hopefully you guys had a great 2023. So we're gonna be back with more reviews, content, unboxing, the whole deal in 2024. Hopefully we'll get Matt on screen more. This is my biggest disappointment of 2023 was that we didn't get Matt in more videos.
Well, we'll see where the new year goes. So, I'll be here, I'm sure.
All right. So make sure you like and subscribe. If we get at least 100 more subscribers, then Matt's gonna have to do the next video.
Yeah.
It'll be required. And have a great new year.